The grounds and the gardens are a fantasy of zoomorphic and organic sculpture with mosaic and glasswork. The studios and workshops are incredibly beautiful. The cottages, the eco cottages, the workshops, the studios will certainly blow you away. If you love art, this is the place to be. Trust me, you'll be blown away. Let's meet the owner and founder of Kitengela Glass. Let's discover, explore, and engage. Hello beautiful people, welcome to the Art of Living show. Today we're doing it differently. As you can see behind me is this gorgeous paradise of art, and I'm with this gorgeous lady, Nani Croze, and I'd like to introduce her to you. She is the founder of Kitengela Glass, a build bridger, an artist, a writer, right?
Yeah, sort of, yeah.
Welcome to the show. So, thank you for having us, Nana.
It's Nani.
Nani.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us here. I love
welcome.
it. I love this place because it oozes art everywhere I look. You know, you can talk to us about how big the place is.
I don't know.
You don't know?
It's just acres, you know,
Okay.
along the gorge. It's actually the leopard gorge,
Okay, leopard gorge.
and it has leopards. Yes,
It has leopards
yes, and we have one of them every night.
every night.
Yeah.
Does it go away? I mean, does it eat your pigs and
No, well, occasionally, but not so much. The lions eat the pigs,
The
but
lions,
it
okay.
hunts hyrax.
oh wow, okay, that's exciting. I see you have hooked Kitengela glass down there.
Everywhere.
So you also do blowing here or on the other side?
No, I do blowing here, but at the moment everything's so expensive
Yeah.
that I'm a bit short of gas.
Okay, so you've stopped that for some
No,
time.
I haven't stopped it. I'm just waiting for it to happen.
Okay, so this place, what people know about is mainly you do blowing glass here, right? And you sell art, you teach as well. You also do pottery as well.
Yeah,
Is there anything else maybe?
Mosaic.
Mosaic,
yeah.
okay.
And sculptures and building houses and anything that's sort of needed. Yeah.
Yes. You also have a hidden gem here that not many people know much about, because when we come to Kitengela Glass, we come to buy art, to be trained, or to make our own art, I mean, to get our pieces, you know, as well. But actually, people can stay here as well. You have rooms here,
Yeah.
and they are so unique and different. Can you talk to me about the rooms and how big they are?
Well, it depends how many people you want to put in.
Okay.
But they were all done because I loved the idea of I learned from the Maasai,
Yes.
because my first hut was built with the Maasai women, and we did it in proper mud and cow dung as it's meant to be. Only then after a while I realized that you have to repair it every 6 months, and I couldn't do that, so I did go over it with a bit of concrete.
Okay.
Most of my stuff is ferroconcrete, which means it's built over molds of metal in any case.
Okay, so maybe we can start with the pool house. How big is the pool house?
I don't know, it's sort of round on top and a bit more oblong in the bottom.
Oblong, yes, it's oblong at the bottom. I saw that. How many rooms does it have?
It doesn't really have rooms as such.
Yeah,
It
it's
just-
open.
Well, it's open and there's hardly any doors as far as I know.
Okay.
It's open, it's got a double bedroom on the top
Yeah,
and several beds down below.
down below.
And it used to have a basement, but my husband's library collapsed with rain and with baboons, and we're rebuilding it as we speak. And then the
Okay.
basement will have another double bed.
Okay. So what materials did you use to build it?
Mainly ferroconcrete
Okay.
and some rocks down below. My guru is Gaudi. You may have heard of Gaudi.
Yes.
All his stuff is in Barcelona.
Okay.
and his cathedral is still there, and he's always completely inspired me. And his buildings are also round and added with glass and pottery and glazing and new ideas coming out of all the corners of the houses.
Because that's what it is, you know. Just looking, when you enter the space, you just feel like you just entered into a piece of art.
Thank you.
Completely. It's completely blew me away. I love it. And
did you see the glass house?
yes, I
You
did.
did? Okay, that's our
yes,
little
the glass house.
cottage,
Yes,
yeah.
I did. And the beauty about it is families can stay there.
Yeah, because there's an upstairs as
There's
well.
an upstairs as well. I love what you've done with the ceiling. What did you do with the ceiling?
I have no idea. What did I do with the ceiling so long ago?
It has pieces of glass on it.
Yeah, it's all dal de verre.
Yes.
Yes.
The ceiling looks so amazing
I'm glad.
and very different, very unique from the sort of homes that we've been to before.
Yeah.
Um,
Some homes have my glass, but
I know they do, but you know how you've built. Of course, I think it came from your heart when you're building it.
yes, and I have lots more ideas. I like to build more.
Yeah.
I have my chicken house that I want to build, but I have to wait until finances get better.
Okay.
Pool house, I actually inspired my son.
Yes.
He was studying architecture because we were so inspired with it all. And I made him do the designs for it and started a bit, and then he disappeared and I finished it off.
He disappeared on you.
Well, he had to go to uni. He
Okay.
went to England to
So what
study architecture.
you describe yourself as a builder. You love to build things.
I love to build things, yes.
Talk to me about that, because even looking at just a normal cottage, people would just build your conventional sort of cottage, but yours is so remarkably different.
They're African and they're Maasai. And that's one of the reasons I got there. And of course Gaudi, the extra bit of, well, I guess European ideas. Some.
And the bed also, the bed also, you built the bed as well.
The beds usually, and the one
Yes.
in Matamu, yes, the push-out beds.
Yeah, even this one here, it's not your normal like wooden bed.
Well, whichever, I do make the shapes so they fit into the corners. Yeah.
Okay, you built the bed as well. It looks so.
Mind you, I have wonderful Kenyan fundis who of course do the actual building. I say, let's do this, let's do that. And a lot of my sculptures were from my old fundi called Fupi, because he was very small.
Yeah.
And we did them together.
Okay.
And he became wonderful.
Okay. And if somebody wants to come and stay there, they have to cook for themselves, or how?
They
is it?
should, but we can order food for them.
Okay.
And if it's just two, we could cook it. Yeah.
Okay. And the floor. Let's talk about the floor as well.
The
The mosaic.
mosaic, yeah.
Yes, on the floor.
Yeah.
Does that take a long time to make the floors?
It depends
they
how
are.
fast your mosaicist is.
Okay.
Like do you see the gallery down below?
Yeah.
That's all mosaic, and then the Njia coming up here,
Yeah.
the little
Is
bridge.
it an expensive one? Because I'm thinking if I am at home and I'd like my floor to look similar,
You can make it.
is it expensive?
It depends on what you use. If you use gold slate, yes, I think it would be expensive. But if you
Okay.
use old broken tiles and broken glass,
Yeah.
and even old bottles,
Yeah.
although they tend to be too thin.
Okay.
But you can look there behind you. That's all tiles from
Okay.
the tile people,
Okay.
and you can go there and get some broken stuff from them.
Okay.
And I have quite a lot of
You
that
have
here.
a lot. So people
And I
can.
have glass shards.
Sure.
Although they're going down fast.
Okay.
Since for 35 years of glass making.
Wow.
Okay, this is my next house.
This is your next house.
Yeah, you see, this is the base,
Uh-huh.
and that'll be the bathroom and the toilet.
Uh-huh.
And then the next floor up is the bedroom, and the next floor up is the living room. And you can look out, of course, especially behind the feathers of the tail. And then you can climb up a bit higher, and here's another viewpoint. And then, if with any luck, I can make the beak talk.
How cool is that?
And it'll
Guys.
be a very nice little house, little hut.
Wow.
I'm just waiting for it. It's actually comes from Russia, that sculpture. It's one of the Russian, they do a lot of wood sculptures. And of course, you probably all have heard of the Russian dolls that go one sticks inside the other.
Yeah. Wow.
Here you
So
go.
when
Stand
is
here.
this project going to take off?
When I get some money.
You need some money. How can Kenyans support your business, by the way?
By using beautiful glass, stained glass, Daldaware, color glass in their houses. And like making a whole wall. You've all seen the museum wall?
Yes.
Yes, well there you are, nice walls like that in the front of your house that can have anything coming out of it. I mean sculptures, and you tell me. Make it more interesting, don't make it square and
Make it like this, like a chicken house.
maybe. Not of this horrible American style that's overcome all my Maasai community here.
Yeah. You're an artist, and I want to talk about that.
Okay?
You're an environmentalist as well.
Oh, definitely, completely and utterly, yes.
And a bridge builder.
Okay, bridge builder, yes.
So we are going to take a break, and we'll come back and talk about her fascinating story on how she started this empire.
And then you have to
Kitengela
have a
glass.
look at the bridge, yes.
Yes, for sure. Welcome back to the show. I'm with the beautiful lady Nani, and you can imagine what it took her to build this beautiful empire right behind us. And she's going to talk to us about how she became an artist.
An artist of building.
Yes,
Because
of
an
building.
artist I've
You
always
love,
been.
yes, you love to do things with hands.
Yes, and I like to build spaces.
Yes,
And you asked me about the pool house.
yes,
Okay, the pool house was actually, all of it was inspired by Maasai buildings, by the Manyatas. And the only thing that's missing in the Manyatas is the towers. Now, I love towers because they let you look out, especially when it's as big as it's now with all my trees that have grown up. So initially it was just along the gorge, and it also follows that line a bit. That's the bottom house. And the technique is you make a frame or a cage of what your design is, which is usually round and hopefully never boop, boop.
What material do you use to make the frame?
Metal,
Metal, okay.
just metal, even chicken fencing and
Okay.
yeah, any sort of metal that I can find, and my fundis can bend together in whatever shape I'm thinking of. Just like most of the sculptures you see, they have a metal skeleton inside them.
Yes, okay.
Okay, and then for the outside, seeing that I couldn't use the mud and cow dung, sorry.
Yes.
Cow dung, because it washes away after a while, I used what's called cement.
Okay.
So the whole building style itself, technique itself is called ferro cement.
Feral cement.
And you can all look it up in Google and you'll see.
Wonderful.
And out of that, of course, I can shape and quite often use gunia sacking on top in case it falls through the wire.
Yeah.
And then pat your first layer of cement on it, look around. Does it need a nose? Does it need a face? Maybe. And then we go on like that.
Isn't it such an exciting journey when you're building it?
Yeah,
Did you have fun when you're doing it?
absolutely, all the time.
Yeah, you were having a good time.
Yeah.
You're such a creative. Where did your creativity come from?
I think from my head, but also from my family,
From your head?
or the heart.
From your heart? Uh-huh.
I come from three generations of artists.
Okay.
My grandfather was a very good artist. My grandmother was an excellent children's illustrator and writer of children's books.
Okay.
And then my mother, of course, was a wonderful artist. And my uncle was a sculptor. It doesn't end. It just the whole family.
Yes.
Everybody did.
Yes.
And then my father, of course, is very famous in Germany and Europe. This is
Okay.
one of his work, and another one is up there.
Okay.
And I have lots of others around, and of course in the house.
Yeah.
And my mother too, of
Okay.
course, and she's finally been named as the reason behind it all in her
Really?
exhibition that she's doing right now, until December as far as I know, in Germany,
Right now.
right now.
Okay, what's your mom's name?
Yeah, she always exhibited in a man's name, because in those days, as a woman, you weren't anybody. I mean, we're battling for it now, but
Yes.
we're getting there, I think,
Yeah.
except in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Ralph, Gregor, and then she added my dad's name, Grieshaber. But Ralph is, of course, a man's name. But her real name was Ricarda, double C, from Richard. But,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and she wasn't terribly famous when she was there. She had lots of exhibitions, but now that she's dead, that one wonderful exhibition, which everybody now realizes, where did it come from?
Aha. Now everybody is putting one and one together.
Yeah, and that it's really almost always a woman behind it.
Do you think you're proud of how far you've come in terms of life and purpose?
In a way, yeah, because now I'm 78,
Okay.
and I thought, gosh, now it's the end. But it's not quite there. You guys have come.
Yes, because we have to celebrate you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we have to celebrate the kind of work that you've done.
No
over
puking on the floor.
You've been here for 50 years?
No. Now, my Africa story begins in 1968. We were in Oxford, living on a houseboat with my firstborn son, the one who's next door. And we got this letter saying, okay, would you like to go to the Serengeti and help us build up another Max Planck Institute, another institution for regenerating environment and animals, and would you study elephants? And we said, yes. Are you asking again? Never. And so we went, and actually sort of never looked back, especially since on the journey back I had then 3 kids by then. Well, 2 extra ones. Ansem came. Yeah, the car broke down at the border, Tanzania, Kenya, so we stayed.
And that's how your journey in Kenya started. And here you are. So did you end up studying behavioral, you're calling it behavioral studies?
Behavior.
Yes, behavior
Yeah,
studies.
it's called ethology.
Ethology. Did you end up studying ethology?
I did study that already.
You
I
did.
had, yeah.
You had already studied that. Do you ever apply it?
Well, it's an interesting story. The professor who then taught me, and he had a Nobel Prize together with 2 other professors, and some people may have heard of him, Professor Konrad Lorenz. He was the goose man, and he was very well known. My mom had just written a book in German. It's Stories of Little Animals, and she gave me that book. It just been published. And he said, now go to Munich. Professor Konrad Lorenz is giving lectures there. Give it to the professor and say, you want to be a goose girl. Okay, I did that. I'd come back from England. I was bored. I didn't know what to do. I'd been living with a gorilla for a while, and that was good enough, but the zoo didn't need me anymore. So I went, I stood, I gave him my book. He looked down. I was very pretty then. And he said...
You still are. He doesn't... You still are beautiful.
And he looked at the book and he said, oh, that's very nice. Come and see me in my office tomorrow. And I said, my mother said I want to be a goose girl. And so I went to the office. It was difficult, a long story. Anyway, I started and I was there for a whole year raising goslings from the egg.
Wow.
It's a wonderful story, and that's why I still have geese and, of course, lots of birds around me.
Yes, that's incredible. And you have lots of dogs as well.
Yes, and I grew up with cats and never ended. My mother was a great animal lover.
Where do you source your raw materials from? When I look at your studio, it's adorned with all these exquisite, gorgeous pieces of art. Where do you source the glass from? The glass that you use to recycle?
A lot of it comes from bottles.
Okay.
There's endless bottles being used in this country.
Okay.
And not plastic, just glass bottles. And everybody asks me if they can bring their bottles. And I have a bottle bank that's too big and will last me another 50 years if I finish it.
That's amazing.
It is, yeah, too much, but I now sort of been known by everybody the place to leave your bottles, so I've ended up like that. But we can make walls and buildings, you can make anything out of bottles, the whole bottle itself.
Okay.
But then of course you can squash them, smash them and melt them down, and when you have Tusker bottles you can get brown glass, if you have other bottles you can get green glass, and that's very helpful.
That's very, very helpful. Okay.
And the other glass, the ordinary thin glass, window glass, we get from a glass merchant in town who's throwing his shards away.
Okay.
And we come and pick it up, and I haven't done for a while, and he keeps calling.
Okay, so you pick from his shop.
No, just one shop actually,
Just one
because
shop.
it's enough.
So how much does it cost? Like, for example, you know, the cost of building the pool house, how approximately at the time, how much did it cost you?
You're speaking to an artist, an absolute useless businesswoman. I cannot remember the cost of a bus ride from here to there.
You don't want to talk money.
I don't want to talk money. I don't understand it. I just try and keep as much so I can feed my people and my animals.
Okay, but the glass they can get here,
Yeah, we make the glass blocks
all
here.
the materials that, if they were interested in
But
building,
if they want bottles, they can get them from anywhere or from us. I have enough bottles.
you have enough bottle and you sell them as well.
I give them away.
You give them away. Oh, that's incredible.
There you are.
Yes.
Money is not the thing. Whilst for my glass blocks, I have to, because it costs me the gas, it costs me the labor and the furnace and etc. etc.
Yeah, and the pool house. I mean, the glass house. The glass house. I love the design. I love what you've done with it as well.
Well, it's basically a round hut.
It's a round house, yes.
Yes.
With
and the bathroom.
stained glass.
We added some, yeah, with Dalderware and
And
stained
the
glass.
staircase you've used
And the little stairs.
mosaic on the staircase.
I'm sure that's what we usually
That's
do.
you've almost forgotten.
Well,
You've
this
too
one has
much,
glass as well.
Yeah.
You can make them out of glass, but it's
Okay.
like my glass bridge between the two towers,
Yes.
which you should see or maybe take a shot of from underneath. It's quite nice.
Okay. So
Yeah.
that also inspired you were inspired to have the glass house as a manyatta. Still the same theme.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I actually built it for my uncle, whose wife, my aunt, had just died,
Okay.
and he was sort of lost. They were down at the coast,
Uh-huh.
and he came here to recover,
Okay.
and I helped him recover, and we built it up.
You-
More or less, it was done when he came.
All right. Okay. And I mean, how many people can it accommodate?
Well, big bed, double bed down below, and two
Yes.
single beds on top.
Just two single beds upstairs.
You can
So-
always put a mattress on the floor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's perfect for couples.
Yeah.
And nice
And children,
and children as well.
as long as they're not too young.
Yeah.
Then you have to, and it has no toilet upstairs. You have to go down for them.
But you know what? The other thing that fascinated me about you is you have so many animals. You had parrots. I saw birds. I saw.
You didn't even see all my little birds on the table.
I
came
saw
back
a
when you left.
peacock, which was incredible. I mean, it tried to be friendly, but it seemed a bit scared of me.
Although it likes ladies.
Yeah, but you know.
If you're
it likes-
lucky, it'll open its tail for you.
Yes, yes. So, what other activities can people do here?
Okay, our activities are, of course, work, training in anything, be it glass, pottery, sculpture, metalwork,
Yes.
and
Horse
whatever.
riding, swimming,
And swimming, but that's, yeah.
horse riding, and you also have camels.
No, you can't do horse riding because I only got two very young, untrained horses now.
Oh, okay, okay.
But you can do a camel ride.
Okay, all right. So what project are you guys working on at the moment that people can look forward to? Anything that you might want to talk to our viewers about in regards to your projects that you're doing right now?
Well, projects are very boring, what I'm doing right now, but there's two big ones that might come along, and you'd have to ask my secretary. She does it.
Okay, all right.
There's some, yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
No, thank you. With those beautiful earrings.
Thank you very, very much to have heard from you what inspired you to have those eco cottages. I think you and I will have to come here to this beautiful hidden gem that is beautifully done. It looks like a piece of art, I promise you guys. And other than that, you can come and do your own glass art that you like, how you like it. And other than that, you can come and chill, swim.
Beads. Look at the bead
Yes.
shade, for instance. We do lots of beads.
They do lots of beads, and you can custom make your own, right?
We make our own. That's our own.
Yeah, you can custom make your own as well if
Yes,
you like.
yes, and yeah, we've got I've had lots of women's groups doing bead workshop, and we tried to do it in the slums, but somehow it didn't come off with a little furnace. It's not a big furnace. Anybody can build it.
Yeah. So guys, thank you for watching, and make a booking here and come and enjoy, explore this paradise of arts. Thank you for watching.